concepts in sound lesson. In our previous sessions, we have discussed about natural vibrations, damped vibrations, forced vibrations, and also resonance. Is it not? So resonance is a very important concept. Even applications of resonance also we have discussed. So you can expect one question on resonance in board examination. The last unit of this chapter will be characteristics of sound. So any sound which we are listening will have three characteristics. So in our daily life we are listening sounds from various sources, is it not? Someone is conversing, birds are chirping, flowing water sound we are listening, then musical instruments are played, someone is singing. So we are able to listen to various types of sounds, and all the sounds can be recognized by using three characteristics or three features. Which are those three features you see, or characteristics? Loudness. So one of the first characteristics of sound is loudness, second one is pitch, and third one is quality or timbre. So we have to study about all these characteristics of sound in detail. What do you mean by loudness? What will be the displacement time graph for loudness, and also on what factors loudness depends. Okay, I have written here for you the definition of loudness. Loudness is a characteristic of sound which distinguishes a feeble sound from a loud sound. So when we are listening to various sounds, we hear some sounds which are very, very loud. Someone will be shouting, is it not? Or someone will be whispering. So we will be hearing to loud sound and also feeble sound in our everyday life. You can distinguish a sound, a feeble sound from a loud sound by a characteristic called loudness. Now, I have a displacement time graph here for loudness. See, two waveforms I have drawn. I call them as A and B. Okay, I call them as A and B. Displacement time graph I have. Here, if you observe, for this waveform, see the amplitude here, right? The amplitude, I will just draw the reference line for both the waveforms. So, if you compare the amplitudes of the first and the second waveform, the amplitude of A is larger when compared to the amplitude of B. Is it not? So, remember that as the amplitude of this waveform increases, then it will be a louder sound. The loudness also increases. So, here which waveform will have loud sound? A will be a loud sound. Right? And B will be a feeble sound. So this you have to remember. Loudness mainly depends on the amplitude. As the amplitude of the wave increases, then the loudness also increases. Here the loudness is more, so A is having a loud sound, then B is having a feeble sound. Now in this characteristic we have to know another term called intensity. I have written the definition for intensity also here. Intensity is the amount of sound energy passing per second normally through unit area at that point. So when we are listening to the sounds, sound energy is incident on our ears, is it not? So how much energy is incident per unit area on our ears is called the intensity. Okay. So remember, whenever you are listening to sounds, sound energy is incident on ears. How much energy is incident on our ears per unit area? Normally it should fall on our, it is falling on our eardrums, is it not? So how much energy is passing through our ear per unit area is called the intensity. Understood? So when you are listening to some sound, your ear will perceive that sound, and you should remember that loudness depends on the sensitivity of the ears. You might have observed that very loud sound some people can tolerate, but the same loud sound cannot be tolerated by others. So it all depends on the sensitivity of the ears. Loudness pertains to the sensitivity of the ear, whereas intensity depends on the amount of energy incident. Okay, so you should remember loudness depends on the sensitivity to ear. Sensitivity of the person. Each person is gifted differently, is it not? I may not be able to hear the very loud sound, but others will be able to hear the loud sounds. They are used to hearing loud sounds. If I get a little noise also is there, I can't tolerate, I will get headache like that. But some people, even if they are amid very huge noise also, they can tolerate huge sounds. So that will refer to the loudness. Even if the sound is loud, some people can tolerate, because loudness depends on the sensitivity of the listener. Okay. Whereas intensity, on what it depends? Intensity depends on the amount of energy incident. Amount of energy incident. And how much energy is incident, that can be measured. But sensitivity of the ears cannot be measured. That's why loudness is having subjective property and intensity is having objective property. So we call it as subjective nature of sound. Which is the subjective nature of sound? Which is the loudness. And which is the objective nature of sound? It is the intensity. Intensity is a measurable quantity. You can measure intensity. How much energy is incident can be measured. But loudness, it depends on the sensitivity of the ears, so cannot be measured. Right? Which can be measured, it is referred to as objective property or objective nature. Which cannot be measured is called subjective nature. Understood? So here we have loudness and also intensity. Remember, loudness depends on the sensitivity of the ears, whereas intensity depends on the amount of sound energy incident on the ears. And which is the subjective nature of loudness? Which is the subjective nature here? Loudness is the subjective nature of sound, whereas intensity is the objective nature of sound. Okay. Now, loudness depends on various factors. I have written here. Loudness depends on various factors. First factor is amplitude. So loudness depends on it depends directly on the square of the amplitude. Here I have shown here in the diagram. As the amplitude increases, what is happening to the loudness? Loudness also increases. So loudness is directly proportional to square of the amplitude. If I denote amplitude as A, then loudness is directly proportional to square of the amplitude. Then loudness is inversely proportional to square of the distance from the source of sound. See, when you are in a room with your friends, whatever you are conversing, you can hear the very loud sound. Understood? Suppose your friend is away outside the room somewhere and he is talking to you, then the loudness will decrease. He will be speaking, but you will feel that the loudness of the sound has decreased because the sound has to travel over a distance, is it not? So remember, as the distance, square of the distance increases, then the loudness will increase. If you are at a nearer distance, then you can hear a louder sound. If distance increases, the sound becomes weaker. Okay. Next, loudness depends on the surface area. As the surface area increases, loudness also increases. You might have observed whenever there is a march past in our school, we use two types of drums. One is the bass drum and the other is the side drum. Bass drum is having larger surface area, whereas a side drum is having a smaller surface area. And when you are listening to the march past that music, you will hear to bass drum very, very distinctly. Very clearly you can listen to the bass drum. Why? Because bass drum, because of its larger surface area, it creates a loud sound when compared to the side drums. Understood? Next, loudness also depends on the density. As density of the medium increases, the loudness also increases. So, it depends on the medium. It can be air or any other medium. As the density of the medium changes, the loudness also changes. Next, if there is any resonant body in the vicinity of a vibrating body, then also loudness will change. So remember that loudness will depend on the presence of resonant bodies. Any other body is there which is trying to resonate with the vibrating body, then also the loudness factor will change. So this much you have to remember. Definition, waveforms, how to distinguish a loud sound from a feeble sound, then what is intensity. Remember, loudness is the subjective nature and whereas intensity is the objective nature of sound, and loudness depends on all these factors. Understood? And of course, we often refer to the level of loudness also. Usually, like different vibrating bodies will produce sound of different loudness, and loudness is measured in decibels, is it not? And some decibels are tolerant to our ears. We can tolerate such decibels of sound. If the sound is having more decibels of sound, loudness of level as it increases, then it becomes very, very painful to hear. Understood? So remember, loudness is measured by a unit called decibel, and decibel is the unit. How to write it as small d capital D. This is the symbol for decibel. Next we shall take up next characteristic of sound, that is pitch. Okay children, now let us take up the next characteristic of sound, that is pitch. Pitch refers to the sensation as perceived by the listener. Now pitch is nothing but the frequency. You might have observed that different people, they sing or speak in different frequencies. Some will speak in high frequency, some will speak in low frequency. While singing also, some will sing in very high frequency. Usually women or girls, they sing in high frequency. Men or boys, they will sing in low frequency. Is it not? Now what is that frequency or pitch? Let us see here. I have got two waveforms for you. Now in the first waveform you see, for 1 second I have taken. How many cycles I have got? I have got 3 cycles. So the frequency is equal to 3. Frequency, as we know, it is the number of vibrations or number of cycles per second. So the first waveform is having a frequency of 3 Hertz, right? It is having a frequency of 3 Hertz. Then second wave you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Hertz is the frequency of the second wave. Is it not? So remember, as the frequency increases, the pitch also will increase. Understood? Here this is having more pitch. This first waveform I call it as X. Second waveform I call it as Y. So X will be having more pitch because its frequency is more when X is having low pitch because its frequency is just 3 Hertz, whereas Y is having more frequency because its frequency is equal to 6 Hertz. Understood? So here also you should remember that frequency can be measured. I am able to measure the frequency because this is 3 Hertz and this is 6 Hertz. So frequency becomes the objective nature of sound, whereas the pitch becomes the subjective nature of sound. As I have written here, pitch refers to the sensation as perceived by the listener only. The listener, how he is able to perceive the sound, that is called pitch. Whereas frequency can be measured. So frequency is the objective nature, whereas pitch is the subjective nature. Now you might have observed even in the music systems also, we have 2 types of pitch. Whenever music is played, the singer will be singing or many musical instruments will be played at a time. And if you go for all the musical instruments, some musical instruments will produce low frequency sounds like tabla, drums, they will produce low frequency sounds. If you take flute, understood, it will produce high frequency sounds. Now even in music systems you have these 2, bass and treble. Now what is bass? When you operate the bass, then you can listen to low frequency musical instruments predominantly. Means whichever instruments are in low frequency or producing low frequency like tabla, it can be heard very distinctly. When you operate the treble, then you can listen to musical instruments of high frequency. For example, flute. Flute is having higher frequency when compared to tabla. So the sound of flute becomes more predominant when you operate treble. the sound of tabla becomes more predominant when you operate the bass. Understood? See, this bass is called low frequency or low pitch, and treble is high frequency. Now, as I told you, usually girls sing in high pitch, whereas boys sing in low pitch. It all depends on the the nature of the vocal cords, how they are made of. Depending on that, girls have the capacity to sing in high pitch. A girl can sing in a black 5, black 6 like that, but a boy can sing in white 4, understood? White 5 like that. Black 4, girls can sing, whereas a boy can sing in white 4. So their pitch will be different. Next, even pitch also depends on certain factors. If you observe the musical instruments, usually, especially violin, tanpura, sitar like that, or veena, then there will be some 3 to 4 strings. Usually 4 strings will be there, and if you just touch them, each string will have different thickness. Each string will have different thickness, and depending on the thickness of the string, the frequency produced also will be different. Suppose you want to play very higher notes, high pitch notes, then you should pluck the thin wires. Understood? So thin wires will produce high frequency sounds or high pitch notes, whereas the thick strings, their pitch will be very, very low. If you pluck a thick string, a low note will be heard, whereas if you pluck a thin string, a higher note will be heard. Understood? Even you might have observed flute. When you want to produce lower notes, then you have to increase the ear column in the flute. How to increase the ear column in the flute? By closing more number of holes. You might have observed holes on the flute. When you close more number of holes, then the air column inside the flute increases. When the air column increases, the frequency of the notes produced will decrease. On the other hand, if you want to play higher notes in a flute, then you have to decrease the air column. Decrease the air column means only one hole you close, then you are decreasing the air column so that the frequency of the sound will increase. Understood? So like this, which depends on the length of the air column. Even suppose you are filling a bucket of water, you have kept water under the tap and you are away from the tap, you might have observed that there is a difference in the sound heard when the bucket is empty and when the bucket is 3/4 or almost coming to the full. Is it not? Because as the water is collected in the bucket, what happens to the length of the air column? The length of the air column will change. As the length of the air column decreases, the frequency of the sound heard will increase. Initially what happens? The length of the air column will be more, so the frequency of the sound heard will be less. Understood? Okay. So like this, which depends on various factors. And remember, pitch refers to the subjective property. It is the subjective property of sound, whereas frequency is the objective property of sound. And you should remember these two: displacement time lag, to distinguish a high pitch from a low pitch sound. Okay. Now, after knowing about loudness and pitch, the third characteristic of sound is called quality or timbre. Now, two waveforms. Here I have two waveforms A and B. Both are having same loudness, means their amplitudes are same, and same pitch. Their pitch is also same. So, two waveforms, their loudness is same and pitch is same, but you observe the waveforms are different. Why the waveforms are different? Because the sources of these two waveforms are different. Suppose you are playing two instruments at a time, sitar and guitar. Without looking at the instrument, you can just identify which is sitar and which is guitar also. Someone is playing sitar and the violin in other room, then you can identify which is the sitar sound and which is the violin sound. How you are able to identify? Because the waveforms of these two sounds produced by the two musical instruments will be different. Understood? And this is called quality of sound. So, quality of sound refers to a characteristic where two sounds of same loudness and same pitch, but these two sounds will have different waveforms, then the quality produced by both the sounds will be different. So a tabla sound will be different from a drums sound. Is it not? Because the quality of sound changes because the instrument is changing. Understood? So usually when we are listening to the musical instruments, what happens? We are plucking like 2 to 3 strings at a time. When you are playing harmonium or casio, what you will do? You will be you will be pressing 2 or 3 keys at a time. And one string if you pluck, then for how long you can listen to that music? One string only if you are plucking, then it will not become music. Is it not? 2 or 3 strings plucked at the same time, it results in music. Because in music we have one principal note and also other subsidiary notes. Other subsidiary notes means we are playing various sounds. We are producing various sounds of different frequencies at the same time. Some sounds will have low frequency, some sounds will have high frequency. Then only together, when all these sounds are incident on our ears, then it is called a music. Is it not? So, whenever you are listening to music, you are hearing two principal frequency sounds and also subsidiary sounds. And because of all these principal notes and subsidiary notes, the waveform of the sound produced by the musical instruments will be different. And hence, two musical instruments you are playing, both will have different waveforms, but their loudness and pitch will be same. Understood? You are playing tabla, you are playing violin, you are setting the same loudness, you are setting the same pitch, but the waveforms will be different because the quality of sound heard from these two instruments will be different. This characteristic is called a quality or timbre. So mainly here you have to remember the waveforms for loudness, pitch and quality of sound. Okay children, with this we will wind up this chapter. You please study the lesson thoroughly along with all the examples. Thank you.